boy, it's the kid, it's the main man here. Half hope. So now, this is me doing the tactical breakdown for Chelsea, and I think I may do a part two or a part three. So for this part one thing is where we look at the problem, and the problem here is because what I've done here is I've gone in with the mindset of let's just assume Conte is going to roll in with his 3-5-2 formation from Juventus and Italy and try and apply that to Chelsea. But if he does that, these are where the issues arise. First of all, we look, obviously, you've got the keeper in Courtois. First problem we have is the three centre backs. I think Terry and Zuma can do the job well, although Conte will really need to bring in his Italian um, experience to really tell them how to psychologically and mentally operate the three-man defense, which is a very hard thing to master if you're not used to doing it. But what we have here, I've put a question mark here. I don't think Cahill can fit into the three-man centre back. I don't think he has the quality, the skill, or I don't mean to be rude, the intelligence to be able to be mature enough to play it. Zuma and Terry have the intelligence to do it. I'm not sure about Cahill. So that is the first question mark that I have here of where Conte needs to find that dude. So we're now going to the midfield, and this is just where it gets a bit hazy. So it's a five-man midfield that we're going to roll up in that club with. And obviously what we have here is that the first thing is Kante. You see, I was going to put Kante in the defensive midfield position, but then I say he's given him the number seven shirt, and Kante is a box-to-box, very versatile midfielder. So I still believe that Conte may look for a solid, defensive minded, Thiago Motta esque, De Rossi esque defensive midfielder who can be the pivot on the rock in there. And I think he's going to try and free up Conte because Conte, he can roll back in there if he wants. But what he can do is because he is so versatile and has such stamina and he has the intelligence to do this, is that he can roll back in the defensive midfield position, but it gives him the free room to um, marshal the midfield area and also join up and say what's up because Kante can go right up in there. He can go right onto the wing and go right back, and he can still have the strength to do so because of this guy's impeccable stamina, but also his intelligence, his skill, and his quality and his understanding of the very difficult midfield position. So obviously you've got your Fabregas over there, who I feel that he is going to probably occupy this position a lot more as the creative player for Conte's team. So yeah, he'll be in the midfield position, but you're not really going to see him there that much unless it's called for it. So this is really his kind of positional sense. Um, then we have the difficulty because the key to this 3-5-2 is how hard the wingers work. Because yeah, you're there to attack, but you have to track back because of the threat back. You have to track back, and you have to really be able to all defend as a team and work as a team. And Conte is a military dictator kind of guy. Hazard is not a defensive kind of player. He doesn't have high stamina, so that is something that I think Conte will really need to work on getting Hazard to work really hard defensively and track back. Do his stuff in attacking wise, cutting when he needs to, but this bit here needs to definitely be worked on to make the tactic work. Um, for Willian, I think that Willian can do that great as well, but it's just working with Hazard to make that work. Two strikers. I don't know who that Belgian Matsui guy is, and I don't really care really who he is. I don't think he's really a starter. He's a bench player, but not a starter. Hence why, I think Conte may try and go for Ede. And Conte may try and go for Ede because I put a question mark there because you got Costa in there. So I'm thinking that Conte should try and go for Ede because an Ede Costa kind of strike partnership where Costa is less mobile than an Ede who is much more of a sharper, much more lighter on his feet kind of striker. So who they could combine up well. So I think those are the that's a guy that continues to go into the market and look for. So I think yeah, the issues with this is the centre back position. Can you train Terry English guys to play the three-man centre back system? Is Zuma too young? Is Terry as an English guy, can he understand how to play a three-man defense? I still think they need a defensive midfielder. Matic, I don't think maybe that dude. You could try him in there, but I think there's a better guy in the market who can play that position in defensive midfield. Hazard, can he do the defensive work? We shall soon see. But again, as we can see here, the striker, a strike manner for Costa is what will be needed. So this is the part one, and I may do a part two where let's try and figure out a tactic based on the players that they have at the moment. But again, this is what I feel a 3-5-2 will look like if Conte was to play that as he has played so far for Italy and so forth. So guys, yeah, tell me what you think, your views or comments, and I'm willing to have a nice discussion about it. All right, peace.